You're unmuted and we're recording right now.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 9th, 2025 meeting of, hello. I shall repeat myself. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the December 9th, 2025 meeting of the Community Board 11 Youth and Education Committee. My name is Asher Rodriguez, and I'm the chair of this committee. This meeting is called to order at 6:32 p.m. Before we begin, a few ground rules. No one may speak until granted the floor. CB11 members, if you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. Do not engage in a back and forth discussion. The chair will recognize the next person to speak. Please keep your questions and comments brief and on topic to the discussion. Members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subject on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. We will now call the roll.
All right, members. There are 14 committee members and 8 are needed for quorum. Fernando Alvarez. David Giordano. Present. John Green. Hi, John. Can you? We'll circle back. Kiara Jerez Alston. James Kent. Present. Malik McCullough.
Present.
Jennifer Meyer. I think that's Jennifer right there. Jessica Morris requests to be excused, I believe. Yeah. Hey, Hayward Mouton. Tanya Phelps.
Present.
Asher Rodriguez.
Present.
Isaac Scott. Russell Schuler.
Present.
Loretta So. John, can you confirm your presence for us again, please?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
John, appreciate it. And then Jennifer, can you just... Yes, thank you very much. 8. We have 8 present. You have quorum.
All right, perfect. All right, so the agenda was distributed today. I hope everyone had a chance to read it. My bad, I thought I responded to Khalid's email on Friday, so that's why it was sent out late. But does anyone have any objections to adopting the agenda for the minutes? All right. Seeing no objections, we will now continue.
The minutes? You good with the minutes as well?
Yeah, no one objected.
Alright.
All right, is there any announcements?
Hi, I'm here on behalf of Groove With Me. Is this when I give my announcement or no?
You're here on behalf of who?
Groove With Me?
Dasha, there is an agenda that we sent out a little bit earlier. You would be going after the first presentation, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right, seeing no announcements, we shall continue. All right, informational updates is done.
Dr. Cruz is not on at this time.
She might get the CC.
That's happening right now. Oh, is anyone here from the CEC? I think that's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Is there anyone here from CEC 4? All right. Anyone here from CEC 5?
Yes, I am.
All right. You may speak. Shalish?
Yes, that's right, Sailesh.
All right. You have the floor.
I'm sorry, if you could let me what I'm supposed to do now.
Oh. Do you have any informational updates?
Not really.
Okay.
Thank you, Shailesh. Much appreciated.
Thank
Could you just introduce yourself because I haven't seen you before?
Oh, okay. So I'll open my video. My name is Shailesh Misra. I'm currently working as a member in CEC 5, and it's my first time serving on the community board.
All right, thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you.
Dr. Cruz just joined us.
I am gonna circle back to Dr. Cruz because Dr. De La Cruz because she just joined. Dr. Christie. She might need a moment.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. My sincere apologies. I know that I'm late. For tomorrow, we have our CEC meeting. We have the hybrid, so I will have a full superintendent update tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you want to come in person, it's at Mosaic. Some of our signature events, I do want to take time to invite everyone to our Winter Wonderland next week. That is on the 16th, Tuesday, from 4 to 6 p.m. at 007.
All right. Is there any questions for Dr. De La Cruz?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to share that tomorrow at the CEC meeting, the School Construction Authority and the facilities will be there. So I just wanted to lift that they're on the agenda for the CEC.
All right. Yes, I will touch base with you because I really would like for them to come present here at some point because we have one presentation today that I don't know if it's necessarily school. We never know if it falls under school facilities. Also, for the few other things from other schools that I think need to get brought up. So I will not be calling out these schools. So if we could work that out at some point, I would appreciate that. You said they'll be there tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's correct. They'll be there tomorrow. I mean, I can connect you with the person and you'll have to like schedule, but definitely I can help you with that.
All right. Thank you. Is there any other
You're
questions
welcome.
for Dr. Christie? Thank you, Dr. Christie. I appreciate you always being here. Has Dr. Caleres joined? Yeah.
It doesn't seem that way, no. No.
No, okay. Is there anyone from Manhattan High School President's Council? No. Okay. Is there anyone here from the District Attorney's Office?
Hi, good evening. Yes, everyone, I am here. It's good to be back. I will be super brief. I just wanted to remind everyone that we are currently accepting applications for our Youth Ambassador Program, and applications close this Friday, which is December 12th, around 5 p.m. So for a reminder for the group, the Youth Ambassador Program is one of our newest youth programs. It's open for Manhattan youth ages 16 to 19. It's a paid opportunity where we are looking for 2 ambassadors from each of the kind of areas that we cover in Manhattan. That includes East Harlem. So we will be looking for 2 East Harlem youth ambassadors to come down to our office about twice a week, starting in January, to meet with their cohort to discuss issues around public safety and quality of life concerns that they are seeing in East Harlem and that they would like our support to kind of help change. So it's a great program and an opportunity for youth to gain advocacy skills, professional development, learn kind of the ins and outs of the criminal justice system as it pertains to a district attorney's office, and become part of our network of youth who make a lot of great change. So I'm here to answer any questions that you may have about the program. And as a reminder, applications do close this Friday, December 12th. And the website, our applications can be accepted on our website. We require a 1-page resume and a 300-word essay, which you can find more information about on the website. And if anyone needs support with their resume, any youth need resume support to apply, we can support with that as well. And I'm going to drop the link into the chat.
All right, thank you. Is there any questions for Imani? Just committee, then I'll go to public. All right. Any questions from the committee? No. Okay. Now you can go.
My question is regarding middle schools. The fact that you guys have a program to support youth and like teach them advocacy and leadership like early on. Do you have anything specific that maybe is in the works or that you would be looking into doing maybe to support some of our middle school students?
So thank you for your question. What we do currently, we don't have any programming geared towards middle school students, but we always welcome middle school students to come down to our office to learn about the criminal justice system through court tours and career panels. We really love to bring assistant district attorneys and other folks who work within the criminal justice system out to schools for middle school students so that they have kind of that early engagement and then see that they can actually have these careers as well and see themselves in the criminal justice system as a career path.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Imani? All right, thank you. I'm just gonna ask one more time if Dr. Caleres was able to join.
No,
If not, I will.
I'm sorry, but Johanna is here.
Oh, hi, Johanna.
Hi. Can I talk now?
Yeah, you could.
Oh, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for always giving the opportunity to the CEC to be here. I love we do this work together as a team for the better way of the community. Just to remind you that tomorrow we have our meeting at Marseille. The school Marseille, that English was just so hard for me. Preparatory Academy. Sorry, it's going to be in 141 East and 111th Street. And it's going to be at 6 p.m. And of course, we're doing hybrid, but we love to see your face in person. So we have 2 resolutions that we're working on. We're working on the resolution of establishing a fair, transparent, and democratic process for the selection of the NYC public school chancellor, and resolution demanding a moratorium of AI platforms being used by NYC Department of Education and protection, be put in place for students' privacy. Of course, we have Dr. De La Cruz, our guest, and we have President Council too, and of course, questions for our public comments. Thank you so much for always welcome here. And you all, all of you are always VIP guests in our CEC meetings. And that's it. Happy holidays. And if you have questions, please let me know. With my broken English, I can answer them. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you, Johanna. Is there any questions for Johanna? All right, seeing no questions, thank you. I will try to make it tomorrow. All right, so we now will continue. All right, so I think we're on the, all right, I'm just gonna say Manhattan High School's President Council one more time. All right, is there any other youth education advocacy groups that would like to give an update?
We have an Ananya. Ananya?
All right, yeah.
Hi, I'm from the New York Junior League. I just wanted to introduce myself. I've come to a few meetings last year, but just for anyone that's new, I'm representing the Social Equity Committee at the Junior League. We focus on a variety of initiatives, but right now we're really honed in on our Take Office initiative, which is to help people in the community get more engaged in politics, to either run for office, become more civically engaged, or just register to vote. So we have a lot of things in the works right now, and we are hoping in the spring to hold a sort of leadership day for students. So I know that there's a lot of people from the school district here, and we are already talking to Rosa Diaz as well to see how we can best fit the needs of the community and set up a really cool event that will have panelists as well as workshops for students to learn more about what it means to vote and to be involved in politics at a young age. So if you have anything to share or would like to connect, please reach out to me. And my colleague Esther will also be joining these meetings and will also be a point of contact for the Junior League.
All right, is there any questions for New York Junior League? Thank you.
Did they mention the date of when the event?
No, they said they're planning.
Yeah, we're still planning, but we'll be back with more details as it gets planned.
If you could come in, maybe just in terms of your coming up with event ideas, come to the committee and we could maybe have a conversation with you about that.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part of what you said.
If you could come and present to us so we can have a conversation about, give you some ideas.
Yes, definitely. We'll come a little more prepared with our presentation next time.
All right, thank you. All right. Any other youth education advocacy groups?
Doesn't seem like it.
All right, so now we're going to continue to our agenda. All right, so Manhattan East Middle School. Take us at the table if they want also.
Okay.
Come to the table. Y'all want to stand if y'all want to sit?
You guys want to stand or do you guys want to sit?
I want to stand to do my speech.
Okay.
I don't know
Great.
about Juliet.
So I'll go ahead and do a very quick introduction, but first and foremost, thank you so much for having our students present today. I know that during the legislative breakfast, we were able to kind of begin that conversation about the support that we need as a school community, but what better advocate than our own students who know and live, you know, in the community, what we go through on a daily basis. I know that we're gonna be touching base on some items, but these specifically, I hope that you guys take into consideration, especially as you are thinking about what the budget needs are, and the proposals that people are actually putting up, okay? Thank you so much again. I'm presenting to you one of our sixth graders, Fernando Robles. He's gonna begin for us, and then Miss Juliet, who's going to also add her. Yeah, you're gonna add your experience. You're the eighth grader that's almost out, so based on him. They're both part of our student legislature. And this is like their first specific year where they're advocating in and outside of the school. I know that very, very proud of everything they've been doing. It's only been, what, less than a month since they became student legislators in the building. So if anything, what do we need in the building, girl? I'm gonna stand right here so I can listen to you guys and record you. Sorry. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fernando Robles, and I'm proud to represent Manhattan East Middle School. Our school is an amazing community. We have caring teachers, creative students, and a real sense of family. But there's something we all need, a building that includes everyone. Right now, our school is on the 5th floor of a very old building without an elevator. That means when a student or teacher gets hurt, or if someone has trouble walking, it can be almost impossible for them to reach their classrooms. Some students even have to stay home because the building isn't accessible. That isn't fair. Everyone deserves the chance to learn and be part of our school every single day. Now we're still asking for big changes like elevators, safer entrances, and lockers so we don't have to carry heavy backpacks all day. Those things matter and we won't stop fighting for them. But this year, with the funding provided by the Civics for All funding, we can make an important upgrade that helps every student. Refreshing our gym, a new paint job, better basketball hoops, sturdier backboards, and updated equipment would make our gym safer, cleaner, and way more exciting to use. Now we spend a lot of time in that space for PE, for movement, and for our health. When the gym feels good, the students feel good. Even though it's not as huge as installing elevators, improving the gym still sends a message that our school cares about our bodies, our energy, and our well-being. Manhattanese has so much on it. With your help, we can make our gym a place that matches the spirit. A space we're proud of every time we walk in. Thank you for listening and thank you for supporting Manhattanese.
Thank you. So this is someone who has been in the building for 3 months, 4 now, right, since September. But Juliet has been with Manhattans for the past 3 years, right? 3. And she's experienced everything that has happened. So I'm gonna ask a general question just so that the community board can go ahead. What has your experience been in Manhattan East, and what do you think would make the experience for students a lot better?
My experience in Manhattan East has been really great as a 8th grader. I feel like this school you really learn and like you get better. Like you come to the school not knowing as much and you leave the school as knowing what you wanted to learn. And I feel like it's like we get an elevator, like I feel like it would be a miracle. To be honest, walking up the stairs is so much worse, especially with a backpack with notebooks, books that you need to learn with, and I feel like it would be really nice. And as a person on the volleyball team, ACs in the gym, I think it would be really nice and amazing, and more equipment would be really good.
You're also in drama.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You sometimes use the auditorium.
The auditorium, I feel like we need more performances in the auditorium. And also as an 8th grader, I want to graduate in my auditorium because I know last year the kids couldn't graduate in their auditorium because we didn't have ACs. I feel like an auditorium would be nice because I want to graduate in my auditorium.
Thank you, guys. I don't know if the board has any questions for myself or the kids or.
I graduated from Manhattan East and I graduated in the auditorium. So I agree that you guys should definitely, and I remember those stairs too, they're a lot. So I definitely agree that you guys deserve to have an environment that is suitable for everyone to learn in and to learn it comfortably. And I also think that you guys spoke very well.
So you're coming in asking for a letter of support, and you have quite a few different asks.
Yes.
What would be something you would want us to concentrate on? Have you already identified funding sources, or are we going through school construction authority, big borrowing, and whatever?
A lot of it does go through school construction, and we are kind of like in the works trying to figure out some of the projects that we're, looking forward to. When it comes down to the school, I know that the elevator is one of the biggest aspects. Thinking about the school community that we're in, right? We're losing a lot of enrollment as a district, as a public school district. And with a school that is focused on the arts and academics and has such a trajectory, and a lot of individuals who are part of this community come from that, I would love to be able to ensure that we continue to enroll more and more students and engage them in the rigorous academic, experience that we want to be able to give them. But we can't do that when I have kids who are unable to even go up the 5 flights when they get sick or when they get injured. So yes, elevator is priority number 1, but then the other minor projects, which again, listen, I'm someone that is not afraid to go ahead and say it's a shared experience. It's one that we need to all, take.
The reason I'm saying that is that what I've learned from sitting here, if we go to school construction authority, say letter of support for boom, 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 nothing gets done. And even when they've come and presented here, we had somebody from DOE who said, look, you gotta be very narrow what you ask for, and you gotta know exactly who to ask for what in DOE, so you said air conditioners, right? Now, this is the issue, and I work at 72, it's the same for us. We don't have the capacity for electric to put the air conditioners in. So even if somebody donated a bunch of air conditioners, you still can't use it, right? And that's why you have to go through each of what the asks are, because if you just bundle it, you'll get a response that won't get anything done.
Like right now we're working on and Mr. James, who's also part of our, spearheads a lot of the work at Manhattan.
I could probably answer that part for him.
But just Because I understand right now we're working on, like, for example, fire alarms for an old building, right? That's part of an SCA, project. That SCA project, once they go into the building, is gonna open up a whole can of worms. That's gonna be, wait, you're missing this, you're missing this, you're missing that, and the project has become bigger, right?
Or they don't go in.
Or they don't go at all.
Because it's too big.
Exactly.
And I'll just share, at 72, we're supposed to have been closed 2 summers ago to do the roof. Have we been closed? No, because other schools are still going under their own repairs, and we're a feeder school for the summer lunch. So you have to then move, so like Dr. Hernandez, before you said, oh, no, you won't be here this summer, but we've been here the last 2 summers. So it's better to tackle it and go for what, to get air conditioning, we gotta get electric. The electric needs to be upgraded in the building. And these are the different steps we have to take, or nothing gets done.
I have 2 questions.
So that's true. When we put it in, I put in the quote for both electric panels because the cafeteria needs it and the auditorium needs it the worst, like the most, excuse me. So I put in for the panels to get done over and for the ACs for both that cafeteria and the auditorium. And that also went along with the auditorium's upgrading of the audio sound system and lighting. So it's in there, but I don't know.
So this is the crazy thing, right? Now, the electricity is one place you go to, and I can't tell you exactly where you go to, but to get the auditorium, audio visual is different than getting your air conditioning. So you have to go to different places for each 3 of those different things, and yet you need the electric so you can operate the auditorium and the upgrades for the air conditioning. I know, it's like I don't know if it's intentional that we go around in these circles with them. But it's best to narrow down the project and then fight for it. And then also consider doing participatory budgeting for something that could possibly be funded. And I had to help my kids, they want to get new, what are they, the water fountains. But unless you change the plumbing, the water fountain ain't gonna be any different. Yeah, I can put in a water fountain machine, but it's still spitting out the water from the old pipes. Right. So, this is the dilemma.
Yeah.
And then you gotta get your CEC to advocate, you gotta get your superintendent to advocate, and then us to include it on our budget priorities as well to bring attention to those points.
And this is why we're here, and we are very appreciative of the time that you guys are providing for the school. Our students are also participating in PB, and on Friday, we have Mr. Fernando going to, speak to Ayala and see what we can, move forward with. I completely understand that we need to go ahead and be very, very focused on what it is that we want to do, but honestly, my honest opinion is I want the can of worms to be completely open.
So do them all. Like, go to Ayala, right? Because what's also interesting is sometimes if you bring the project to attention and then do the participatory budgeting but don't win, you might still get funded because you've gotten the councilwoman or councilperson involved, and when you have the kids present, that's what you do.
And that was kind of what was on the board last year, and Ayala did, and we didn't. Technically, we didn't win. We were in 6th, but she moved to take care of. Yeah, so all of those were on the table. Right. It was the auditorium, the cafeteria, and the security cameras. She covered for the security cameras, so they're supposed to come in, right? So for me, it's almost like throw it up, the biggest up in the air first, and see what falls down.
Elevator's a big project.
Yeah.
And I've seen them be okay. They're gonna do it, and then it's hell.
Honestly, the elevators, my question is how big of an elevator you're requesting, because also when they install elevators in schools, it very much will be just like expectations wise, a small elevator that could fit 1 person. And it's just for those of them who need it accessibility wise. If y'all are really focused on accessibility, which I'm not saying you're not, hone in on the accessibility aspect, not in all the students are tired going up the stairs, because I'm just telling you what it's gonna come back as a little bit. You understand what I'm like, because I've seen many people present these projects, because it's pretty much every school is talking about accessibility. Yeah, and also with a lot of the accessibility upgrades and stuff, it's gonna, like you said, the can of worms. It's gonna be, is there a ramp in the front? Is there enough electricity? If there's not enough electricity for ACs, I guarantee you there's not enough electricity to run an elevator. So I think, like most of us are saying, hone in on the electricity aspect first. And the participatory budgeting, I heard lockers mentioned. You could probably, my suggestion is maybe put in a bid for that, because that might be something like feasible with the participatory budget. So I'm gonna go James and.
So for the elevator structure, they were out before I came on board to the school, and that's where I got the quotes from. It has to be 2, because they said if there's one, and they found the space where it would go. This would be on 99th Street, right? It would have to be 2, because if one goes out,
well, yeah. I know. I didn't mean it like that. I meant like just like when you're going and presenting to people, make sure your wording is just very much, because they will. I'm telling you, these people from DOE, they will hone in on any little like nitpicky thing that they can grab. They'll be like, oh, the students just want it because they don't want to walk up the stairs. So I'm saying, like, when you go and present, make sure that it's very much honing in on that accessibility aspect, because I don't want for them to give you any reason that they're gonna be like, no, it's a small school, it's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. Like, make sure that you like hone in on that accessibility aspect.
Thank you. I know you said something.
Fernando, then.
To answer.
Oh, this Fernando. Yeah.
So my question is there any recommendation letter that we can give them for something, for any one of those?
Well, we would direct it again, in general, to where this may be seeking, like, or to the council person to seek funding. But they have to be more direct about what they're asking each other, and that's why I said now, to just throw everything up in one big letter.
Also, we should take a month to write letters anyway. So what I would suggest doing is
it time sensitive? No, right? This is more.
I mean,
it's time sensitive
to
us.
No, what I mean is, you have a grant that you're submitting that has to be in on the 25th of December. No, right? That gives the committee the month to make.
Am I able to still, because I know that, being part of the email list, you have Mr. James being part of the board, being part of the team, is there any way that you are able to kind of share some of the specific individuals that I should be reaching out to for the election, for this, for that? And like, I'm more than positive that, especially you guys at your school, you have been getting a lot of, things. So I want to make sure that we're also like.
That's why I said earlier, you go to each entity, go to the CDC too when they have theirs and present this. They, as a group, put together a list of what they feel are priority. So all the principals come up with priority lists. They send them out to the CEC. The CEC reviews them and then prioritizes their own list of those things, as we do, based on who comes up. Generally, if you present, we will prioritize you in the budget priorities for the funding for the school. Doesn't mean you get it. Because I could show you everything we asked for in youth and education was basically, we're not doing this, go ask somebody else.
Dr. Christie is on the call, and she said she would like to explain some of the process. Can we?
Of course.
Yeah. Dr. Christie, you can unmute.
Yeah, no, I just thank you so much, and thanks for Manhattan East for being here. And I also know that Gregory is a new principal. I just wanted to, because if you come to the meeting tomorrow, SCA will explain to you about for accessibility projects, there's actually a law where every year it's like 10% of your schools, you are projecting sites, right? I put in the chat, right now we have they're not completed. So just because you get the accessibility project, just know that it could take 5 years or more to finish it. For example, 57 is still under construction. 112-206, 155-377, and 108 is projected to start next year. Regarding Lexington Academy, I can tell you for a fact that we have been advocating for AC since I've been here. So, and for all of our summer rising sites, like, because we have reached out to all of the elected officials. We continue to escalate because we were like, we know we can't do all of the buildings, but really prioritizing summer rising. The other thing that's going to come up is because you're next door to a barrier-free building, they're looking at the district as a whole. And unfortunately, we don't have that many barrier-free buildings, which is why 108 was the next one slated to have one on Madison that is at least barrier-free. So I just wanted to like add some of that information. And I want to thank David and everyone here for their ongoing advocacy. But I also just wanted to note that like I have evidence and records of advocating for all of our buildings. And this is an ongoing issue about how to get our facilities up to par. So always committed to serving the community. And I just, David and Asher and all of the Community Board 11, thank you for just, I know you guys are always advocating, but I think about, 72, that auditorium, that I think of Lexington Academy all the time and how long it took to get the doors even fixed. And they're not even, anyway. And they're not all of them. And so I say that bathrooms are an issue. Accessibility is an issue. The electrical upgrades. I'm also wondering for Manhattan East, like if you want to get AC in the cafeteria, it would be better to think about a cafeteria enhancement project. That's faster and quicker. I don't know if you guys have already had the cafeteria enhancement or if you got that yet, but that usually brings in at least AC to the cafeteria. But anyway, I just wanted to add on that yes, and yes, we will continue to advocate for our schools. So tis this season, and I know other people have their hands up, but I just wanted to share where we are with these projects, and they're still not done. And I know that since 2020, we've been working on 57 and their accessibility project, and it's still incomplete. So.
But you can't give in, and you gotta keep fighting the fight, because once you do, then it starts it over. So I also want to commend the young people, because what you're really advocating for is something that other children after you will benefit from, and that you won't necessarily get the benefit from yourself. But every time you'll walk by the school, you'll look inside and go, yeah, we help get those air conditioners, or we help get these things. And that's really important too, because it's about making it better for those that come after us, as those did before us. Thank you for coming and presenting.
Johanna Dominguez does have her hand raised.
Johanna, you can go.
Oh, hi, I just want to, I'm going to put the flyer, our CEC flyer on the chat so you can pass it to the principal in the school. So me as a parent, as part of the Community Education Council, don't give up on this, keep going. It gets tired and tired, but don't give up. So tomorrow we have our meeting at Mosaic Academy. So I don't know if you want to go and do the same presentation. We have the agenda pack already, but we have a space for question and answer always, and we always invite our guests to make presentation. So together we do this fight. As Dr. De La Cruz said, it's really getting, we feel frustrated every time that we have a project, we've been pursuing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And unfortunately, with the system that we have, it's taken many years so we can see the results. But I don't want you to give up. I want you always keep promoting and keep doing this and going places. Also, on my experience, I've been seeing like when you put the health situation on the concern, it's getting more not pressure, but it's more like a awareness, because I know the schools have like 6 or 7 floors. So if you have asthmatic kids, That's going to be a health issues too, because you cannot put an asthmatic person to go all those floors up, can be in the health situation. And you are in a good place around in our neighborhood, so you're going to increase also the amount of students that you're going to have in the school, because you're going to be accessible. So many children that we have and wheelchairs and another situations, they can be even enrolled in the school. So you need to put like a little extra on it, like a more healthy issues. I know our kids get tired. Like, hello, I can imagine myself going 20 times a day up and down 7 floors, but just don't give up. Don't give up, please. Keep doing it and keep coming in here and CB11, and you are welcome to be in the CEC meeting too tomorrow. So I'm going to put the flyer on the chat, so please be welcome tomorrow to do the presentation. Thank you.
James, go.
Yeah, so there is a living form online. Back from Manhattan East, we have about 123 signatures on it now. There are testimonies where someone from from Innovations, which is in the building, they made a point. They had someone who passed away, and the EMS workers couldn't get to them fast enough. We have a child who's away now who could have still came to school, has cerebral palsy, right? He could have came to school had we had the elevators and access for him, and the mother is on that living form as well. I'll pass it on to Asher when I can. So it's there, it's living, and we're still working on it as well. Thank you.
So like I said, our process is we wait a month to give a letter of support. Just you could be in communication with me about what exactly you want on that letter of support, and because I just want to make sure that if it's multiple, like 2 or 3 for different projects, that's fine. We need like to be like, our suggestion is just to hone in a little bit on certain things.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? I know Fernando was trying to talk earlier.
I agree. I mean, back to what you were saying, like, is the elevator only for accessible people? I would probably say yes, because, like I said, accessible people does not have the ability to go up to our school, which is very unfair, and we need a school that has a community, like everybody is welcome, but we can't do that if we don't have elevators for accessible people.
Thank you.
Is there anything else anyone would like to say? Yeah.
I would like to walk away with an action plan for them, just because there's there's 2 families here. I want to make sure that they have some type of actionable, because from what I heard, it was very clear that they wanted the elevator. And also it was the elevators, the AC, so I just wanna make sure that there's clarity so that the parents here are walking away, understanding that their children came here. Not so much to make decisions, but just to go over it real quick, which is, 1, y'all primarily want elevators. We're advised to move forward with the cafeteria update project.
No,
So what Dr. Christie was referring to is like what happened in 72. This summer they changed what they feed us and how they feed us, and that it's all kids grab their own food. So in setting that up, they moved the serving outside of the kitchen area into the cafeteria area, and then they had to upgrade the electricity to put those things.
Yeah,
now, what was really crazy what they did in our school is they put
air conditioning.
Right, but they put the air conditions in, not in the cafeteria. They put it in the kitchen with the kitchen staff, which is fine. They needed one in there. But now that they don't have the stoves in there to serve, it's not as hot in there, so they didn't need it, and we still need it on the outside for the kids. Now, our dilemma is, there's not many places to put air conditioners and windows, because we only have that one side with the windows. You need those other air conditioners that cost thousands of dollars that run from outside and run in.
Right. So I would say action plan for y'all is just keep going to different meetings. We're more than happy to write you letters of support. It's just I need for you to like email me like this week like what exactly, and then we could discuss it next month and get you that letter of support.
More than likely, we should.
And what exactly
different
do you
letters of
want?
support for the different entities that you're asking for. Like electricity upgrades, not buying your air conditioner, right? And vice versa. There are different places we have to ask.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
But when you write up your need, we don't have air conditioners. We need air conditioners. We need to upgrade electricity so we can run the air conditioners of the videos.
Well, I think if you fix one thing, as far as let's say we do the auditorium, which kind of I think might be the biggest thing that we can tackle that'll change the culture of the school a little bit
more
quickly. You can't even if you change the auditorium, you still have to do the paneling. So you would get the kitchen and the auditorium at the same time.
Right.
You know, at least the paneling, at least the electric.
But make sure when you put in for the electricity, you put in for both, because they very much will. They'll be like, but you said the auditorium and do just the auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may think that they'll do both at one time. It's never both at one time unless you like.
Upgrade facility for air conditions in common areas, cafeteria, auditorium.
Like, you gotta make sure to list it, because if not, it will not. They will deny it.
And I'll say this, when we moved from up the hill to 72 Children's Aid, supposed to be $10,000 to run electricity lines, for us to run our equipment.
So is there any other questions from the committee? No?
So the suggestion is next month, we will take a vote on the letter. Somebody should be on, such as yourself, and James will be here, if there are any questions that come up.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and make sure that we are more specific when it comes down to what that's gonna,
Yeah.
We can work with
It's a constructive criticism, because I wanna make sure that you guys are prepared when you go to DOE with stuff. I don't want for you to go to DOE and then because we've been doing this for a while, that we know pretty much how, like, we don't want for y'all to like basically waste your time going to DOE and they come back at you. So, all right, thank you kids for coming.
Thank you.
Fernando, you were part of that River East project, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've spoken to us before, yeah, okay.
I memorized you.
Yeah, all right, thank you for coming, y'all.
That's our future politician.
I know. I know. That's why I was asking about the opportunity for the school.
Out of respect for time, I'm gonna continue because we have another presenter who has been patiently waiting. Yes. All right.
Y'all don't have to wait.
Yeah, y'all, it's a school night, yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much. And we'll try to encourage them to get you on early tomorrow. Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you.
Very constructive.
All right, is there anyone here still from group with me?
Yes, I am.
You can give your presentation now if you would like.
Okay, I just wanted to say, I see the children are leaving the room. I just wanted to say you guys did an amazing job. I'm actually a Manhattan East alum. You guys did really well.
I'll pass on the message. Thank you so much.
So my name is Daisha Hicks. I'm actually here on behalf of Groove With Me. Groove With Me is not just a program. It's not just an organization. It's a community. We empower girls through dance and through community. And I'm here on behalf of Groove With Me as an alumni of Groove With Me. I was a part of this community as a child. My sister was a part of it as well. And now I come back and I volunteer to raise awareness so that the community knows that we're here, so that we can create possible partnerships as well. Groove With Me is a free dance and youth development program for girls located in East Harlem. We offer dance classes at no cost, creating a safe, structured, and joyful environment. We're built on mentorship, creativity, and positive self-expression. We serve girls from the ages of 5 to 18. We provide consistent programming that promotes confidence, discipline, and leadership, keeping young people engaged in safe, constructive activities after school and on weekends. We support our families through community involvement and open communication. This organization is very symbolic. Groove With Me only works because our community works with us. The majority of our teachers are volunteers, and many of our volunteers are former Groove With Me students who return back to give back to an organization that once poured into them. Parents actively participate as well and support our mission. Our community is truly a family, and we lift each other up. Our senior director is a Groove With Me alumni as well. Her passion for dance began when she participated in Groove With Me as a child. We, she volunteered at orphanages in Thailand and India, and she loved the gratification and joy dance brought to children in need. So she became senior director at Groove With Me. Our program coordinator, she volunteered for many years as a dance instructor at the program as well, and now she's a full-time staff member. So many of our leaders and teachers have grown from and through the program. This cycle of giving back is at the heart of who Groove With Me is. So some of the ways that we hope that the community could get involved is by offering performance opportunities. Our girls love to perform. Please invite us to community events, schools, festivals, block parties, celebrations. Share whatever resources you're able to, collaborations. Our biggest thing is just getting visibility, letting people know that we're here. We're always looking for volunteers, volunteer instructors, assistants, mentors, anything to give us support. Please spread the word so other families could know that we're here and who we are. We offer performances for free. We simply just ask for exposure. If there's any event, anything that you would like a performance from us, we are more than willing to do it. And ways that we are able to give back to the community is we we are able to provide performances. We are able to spread positivity. We are able to do some events for the community, strengthen neighborhood engagement, support community initiatives and local celebrations. We build partnerships and benefit our families, schools nearby and organizations as well. We also have enrollment coming up in 2026. Around January, February, we're going to open up enrollment as well. We have numerous classes from ballet to contemporary to modern to jazz to tap. Polynesian dance, hula, African, all types of dance classes that the girls could attend. They don't need any experience needed. Like I said, we take ages from 5 to 18. Um, I have the zip codes here of the areas that we accept, that we serve, actually. I have the contact information I will drop in the chat as well. And I'm open for any questions. I want to thank you for allowing me to share this with you guys. Hoping that we can get engagement from the community, hoping that we can connect even further through this call, hoping to join more of the calls as well. Together, we can continue to uplift our girls, strengthening our neighborhood, and keeping East Harlem creative, confident, and connected. And I want to thank you again, and I will drop our information in the chat. Any questions?
I got a few quick ones. So how long have you been out? You know, you said a lot of people are returning. So how long have you been operating?
I'm sorry, the audio went down in the beginning part. Did you say how long have we been operating?
when did you start running the program? How many years have you been?
We're
How many
actually
years?
approaching our 30th anniversary next year.
Wow, that's really great. And where do you work out of? Like, where are you located?
So we're located right on 123rd and Park Avenue. I will drop the exact address in the chat right now with the contact information.
So when we have local things going on, performances, like the councilwoman does a summer, and Children's Aid also supports it, a youth fair, and we have youth groups perform out there. We would definitely love to have you then.
Of course, and we'll love to attend.
One of our things at Lexington, but then I gotta have my own kids perform, so. But, you know, again, to give opportunities for young kids to perform is really great as well, so. Maybe we can look on doing something when we do our Black History presentation and inviting you in. I work out at Lexington Academy, out of the school. I work with Children's Aid and we run the after-school programs, but we could definitely collaborate on some projects or something.
Perfect. Yes, I definitely love that. We're always looking for collaborations, partnerships. We always want to find ways that we are able to get more enrollment to help families that sometimes we're even a babysitter because they're in the classes and their parents don't have a babysitter at the time, so they're in dance class. So really just trying to serve the community as much as we can.
Do you get any public funding, or you're just hustling it all out? Like, do you receive
So
any funding?
the funding part, I don't have all the knowledge about that. I can gather more information on it. I know we do have some donors. I can't tell you where all of our funding comes from, but like I said, I can get more information for you, or I could even get you the contact person for that.
Yeah, I guess more as a suggestion, you know, DYCD, which funds my after-school program, they're looking, their RFPs are out right now, but they're looking for a lot more grassroots community groups, smaller programs than necessarily like large agencies like mine. And your program to be in existence for 30 years might be able to get some funding if you apply for it. You know, it's a process, and it might be right now, but you know, it's a thought.
I'm gonna go to, I saw
I'm sorry.
Pastor Scott's hand, and I'm gonna go Tanya, and I'm gonna go Malik.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, and I love to hear about this program. I had like I have like parent questions. So like, what is like the age breakup for the children? Because I know you said it's 5 through 18. So what age ranges do you have together in classes? And then I see on the website is you gear towards after school hours. So what are the afternoon hours? And I guess we could start there.
Okay, so your first question. The groupings for the classes is usually five 5 to 7. The next age range is like 8, 9. Then it goes to 10, 12. So it's not really a huge gap with each class. We try to keep the ages pretty tight, because we also don't want to have too many girls registering for the same class and then they won't be able to get in because it's over capacity. So we keep the ages pretty close. That was the first question. The second one, can you please repeat it?
Yeah, it was more like how many teachers in I guess how many, like it was a capacity question, like how many children in a class kind of thing.
Per class is usually well it depends on the class. Some classes, because of the style type, there is 2 teachers. Majority classes have one, and there's usually about 10 students per class. some classes, depending on, because there are different levels to some classes as well. Like if you are more so, if you upgraded to like a higher level tap class, then that class may not be as large.
Yeah.
And I think you asked about the after school hours.
Yeah, I did.
After school, most days it starts around 4:30. Some other days it starts around 5, and we do have classes on Saturdays as well. Saturdays starts at 11 and ends at, and the last class starts at 3.
And 4:30 on the weekdays, what time does it end?
The last class starts at 6 p.m. on weekdays.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
there's multiple classes going on weekdays. So because we have 4 dance studios actually. We have 4 dance studios, so there's numerous classes going on at once. So although the first class may start at 4:30 and the last class may start at 6 p.m. There can be about 4 classes going on at once some nights.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that clarity.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ashley.
Tanya?
I just wanted to say thank you. My 7-year-old who I took in and adopted at 7, I needed something like you said for her to do because she was 7 and I already had like adult children. I put her in Groove with Me. And I just want to let you know, she became a love of the arts. That was the first arts program she ever did. She continued on with dance all the way through high school, even dances in college, and just started playing violin and all that. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I don't even know how I found out about it, but we did it for many years. And she's now 20 years old. We always talk about how Groove with Me opened up to the arts.
Wow. Well, if you ever have a chance, or if she's ever around and want to stop by the studio, see, because I'm pretty sure when she was there, I'm not sure if we were at this location. We used to be at a different location.
Yeah, you guys were on I want to say like 123rd, closer to 3rd back
Yeah,
then.
we
Yes.
were. We were. This location is even bigger. We have double the space. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Abby, the who started Groove with Me, but she loves when she just started an alumni group. So if your daughter would love to join the alumni group,
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have her stop by. Thank you.
thank you for that story. Thank you.
No worries.
That made your day, right? Yeah, expect that.
All right, Malik. All right, Fernando.
What happened? Calm down, Asher. Give me a second. Don't rush.
Malik, you muted yourself. That's why.
Yeah, don't rush. Don't rush. Got you. Real quick, it wasn't really a question. It's more of a statement. Sort of like the young lady that just went before me. My daughter was also in Groove with Me on a Third Avenue location, and it is a great program, and she had a wonderful experience. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say. That's all.
Thank you. Bring her by anytime.
Real quick question. You said you perform at schools? You said
Yes,
you put on.
so yes, we actually have some schools request for the girls to come do performances, some events request for the girls to do performances. And each year we also have our end of the year performance. We used to do it at the Apollo. We have different locations that we do it at. As the organization has grown, we have to continue to find a new location that will be able to fit us. So we do performances. We do performances for events, for schools. We have our own performance as well. We're always looking for other places to perform as well to get more visibility, more engagement, more exposure.
So if a school wanted to have one of the performances at their school, how would they go about doing it?
I dropped the contact information in the chat. You can email, you can call. If you call, leave a voicemail so that way if we miss your call, we know who it is and we can contact you back. I have my email there. I have the Groove of Me number there. I also have the address there as well. I can drop it again in the chat if you would like. I can also email it over to the board as well if you need that information. But you can always call the number or email, and we will get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is there any more questions? All right, thank you so much for being here today. It sounds like an excellent program.
Thank you.
We'll be reaching out to you. All right, is there any old business? New business? Hi.
I wanted to very softly introduce something that I would like to bring into fruition in 2026, which is a youth and education newsletter. I think that it's a great opportunity. For example, all of the people that we have presenting here, we could provide an actual tangible spotlight to them by giving them, spreading this out to the community. And it's also a way for us to passively connect to the community. And I also think it's a great way so basically my vision is that we have a community spotlight. We have a calendar not only of our events, but all the people who come and speak for us. Like, it's a physical calendar for people to look at. This is for families, so this is for parents and also kids and students in the community. That being said, I'd also like to include some aspect of like a monthly youth op-ed where a student from the district, whatever school it is, would provide some type of commentary or a poem or something like that. I really wanted to be like something from youth and education that serves to bring us together a little bit. I am working on an actual template that I'd like to share with the board officially next month, but I wanted to get some feedback from you guys first.
So you mean just a hard copy or hard and digital copy?
I think we could do digital. I think that'd be cool too, but I'd really like to implement a hard copy to actually leave at schools and like.
Yeah. I guess the first thing I'm just thinking, I love it, and let me know how I can help on design wise, in any capacity, but money, for printing. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to like newspaper. So if we can, if you have any leads or ways we can pursue funding for it, or partnering with print agencies that may want to work with us,
So I found one spot in Brooklyn. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of. So there's one type of printing called Rezo printing, and so it's basically okay. So I wanted to do Rezo printing because I just felt like it was a less expensive option, although digital makes a lot of sense. I just noticed that a lot of people just don't like go look for the information online. But that's actually why I wanted to speak to you guys first, because I wanted to know what the avenue of funding would be for something like this. Secret Rezo Club is a Rezo printing studio in Brooklyn that offers discounts to nonprofits in the sense, nonprofits and anyone who's essentially doing something for the good of the community and not necessarily to make a buck. And so I'm hoping that, it makes perfect sense that I would use that as my source and then get discounted price, but I wanted to know how it would work for me to get that.
So I don't know if this is not necessarily a question to you, but I think the board officers pay for it. Like, we're printing something that's material of the board, the same way we used to print all those hard copies of paper to give out in the meetings that would get thrown out because people.
I don't think it's regular printing though. I think it's more expensive printing. Okay. It's not like your photocopy, Xerox copy. That's just my thinking right off the bat.
Reduce any cost you can get so you can spend money on something else, right? Like, I won't say.
Yeah, like what are you thinking of? Like what size? Are you thinking size and stuff?
Yeah, I was basically thinking like
8.5 by 11.
fold up, maybe like 4 pages at most, not too much, not like a full newspaper, like a newsletter. So first page, we've got the happenings going on, whatever the theme of, Community Board 11 Youth and Education is doing this month. Second page, happenings going on in the community. Third page, whatever community editorials are going on. And then last page, it'll be like the consistent like resources or places that we're like constant partnership with, pantries, nonprofits, whatever, people that you can call who need help. So very simple, very short.
I mean, I personally, I love the idea. I think it's, I love designing stuff to give to people, especially when it's good information, especially when it's information that they wouldn't be able to get just so easily. And everyone doesn't know what links to click. So I think it could be helpful, especially if it finds its ways into libraries, schools, and different places where people just congregate. I think that's great. So that's just, I'll be willing to support you next year in that. So yeah, that's just my thoughts.
Could we start with the 1 page as like a pilot?
Yes.
And move on to.
So like the idea of like maybe having some sort of metrics that we're using to see like distribution and are people actually going, just so we know like if we need to adapt it, how to adapt it, so that it's getting its maximum reach.
In thinking of like, in a longer step in promoting this, also maybe in promoting some of the stuff you talked about, or also going into the schools, some of the other schools, and engaging youth with this, and then about what we do as instead of engagement around the community board. I mean, we've done those presentations on and off, but more infrequently than we should be doing. Like you're saying, what's our connection? Well, how we just put a newsletter out there, nobody's picking it up, and let you go talk about it. Show kids how it's relevant to what they are, and then have some youth work on it, so that it's also we're engaging youth in the board and the process. But again, sometimes it's easy for us adults or parents to say what kids need to know and what we want to tell them. But maybe that's not what will get kids to read what we want them to learn. Maybe we got to have the other hook. And what's the hook that would get a kid to pick this up? And I think we need a kid to tell us that.
I think to that point, we could have some call for submissions that we give that goes out to all of the different educational centers around. And they're able to via maybe a Google form make a submission to whatever section of the paper they want to be in. If it's an update, if it's a new event, if it's an opinion, maybe someone like young man, he'd been good for writing that opinion. So like if you wanted to, things like that. I think it's yeah.
And ties into that overall goal of how we engage more youth on the board as well. Get them involved. And then be also mindful of what are the educational opportunities that are for adults in the community, which also can be, it's not just for youth, because again, this committee is not just youth, it's youth and education is lifelong. We forget that sometimes.
To that point.
And not in a critical way, but
no, I'm just thinking because you could also be calling in YAYB, which you got younger people, and then you got we got Hunter right here on 119th Street. So we do have a spectrum of age in educational centers around. And then we have a professor here who can help circulate.
Is there any other ideas?
I was thinking, so the original thought was, it was born out of the nonprofit who came 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, and did their presentation about the writing project. And so my thought process was, because remember, I had suggested that we privatize our partnership with them to East Harlem, specifically, and make it an East Harlem thing so everybody can win. And so my original thought process was launch the newsletter based off of that. You can also be featured in Youth and Education's CB11 newsletter, and that could also be open to adults and
kids.
So, further with that, we talked it. That means you gotta come together to get that work done, other than being in this space at this time. So what you wanna launch, right, is requires some of us here to support that process. It doesn't happen here in the committee meeting. It has to happen in another time, because we don't have the time to devote to that one particular topic to work on, to brainstorm it, to do all those things. So then it would be a commitment from other people to come together, whether it's on Zoom or live, to work on it. It's a commitment. We don't always get commitment from everybody.
So my action steps, it sounds like, is get an estimate for how much it would cost to produce physical copies, create a shorter template for you guys to present. Well, a shorter, what was it that you had suggested, Alvarez? Like a shorter version to just check response, and a system for also tracking metrics for who we would be giving this out to potentially, and who's actually answering back to us, which I feel like, I don't know, would that be like putting a QR code on the newsletter and then whoever scans it, that would be the way to track that? Because just because somebody's taking a newsletter, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think taking it is a good step, because I feel like when someone hands me a flyer, half the time I'm like, the last thing I need is a piece of paper. I'm like,
But that's why I think we go through, possibilities. When does the school have an assembly? Can we present at your assembly? We now have monthly assemblies.
I mean, if we're highlighting certain events, like, are they seeing an increase in people coming, or people that are coming saying I came because I heard about this in the newsletter? I think it might be qualitative, like word of mouth, and like hard quantitative data we're giving.
In my short time here, I've seen really good presentations that I end up texting people, have you heard of this and have you heard of that? Principals, the high schools and middle schools. And I think that idea sounds great, because everything we've been presented, it's a messaging problem. Like these really dope organizations and initiatives, people aren't informed of it. And usually everybody I tell about it, it's their first time hearing about it. At the parks, there was a program called Mulch that nobody's ever heard of. So I just feel like that would be something that even all the other committees could look into.
Yeah, I think this is really good ideas. Like David said, this is a little bit of a, we cannot hash out all the details here necessarily. So if you're okay, if anyone has any like questions, they could come to you. Right.
Yes, if anyone.
And then if you have any questions.
You also have my endeavors.
Well, this could also be possibly, a project that we work on as a committee, where, we've talked about doing this and talked about doing that. And we just talked about it again. It's a point where what are we gonna do concretely? This is something concretely, presenting it, going out, going to your little group of kids and presenting about this, right? And it's irrelevant. Maybe this is where they can highlight what are the needs in our community from the schools and see commonality between different schools. So, all right. But again, Kiara's gonna start this. Who's gonna work with her in a small group aside from me? And it's not anybody making a decision. But again, from my experience, it's always a committee of 14 and a group of 3 that work.
I got 2 questions.
I shall push the meeting along.
Jessica has a question.
Jessica, you could go.
Thanks very much. Sorry, I'm a shadow here. Virtually. Kira, thanks for your initiative and suggestion. 2 questions. One, you thinking frequency? The first thing that popped into my head was like quarterly, as monthly's tough. Quarterly is something that's feasible, but there may be maybe more like 3 times, like once gearing up for fall, again, like a winter, and then one kind of like spring into summer, as like a cycle or a frequency. is a question / suggestion. And then just from a kind of publication management capacity consideration. And then 2, is this the Youth and Education, Community Board 11 Youth and Education newsletter? Or, and I asked that just as a factual information is usually not in any way contentious, though sometimes it can be. But when you start to get into editorial opportunities, there's also then some sort of questions about approvals and how do we, who is we and who is the audience, and how do you make sure that's understood upfront before you run into a roadblock or ruffled feathers unintentionally, or you want to kind of keep the process smooth to kind of keep it positive and kind of keep the good intention moving. So just throwing that out there kind of at the beginning, if it's something that this body can review and approve and then it gets distributed, that's great. Or if it's something that has to kind of get the kind of board chair approval, or if it's not a CB11 thing, I don't know what you have in mind, but it might be good to just kind of set that up as you kind of staff up to game out.
Thank you. Yes, so that was actually a really good note. The quarterly versus monthly note actually would probably be a little easier to start out with. And then, yeah, so I would want it to be youth and education, youth and education's publication to the district, the area. So it would be CB11 Youth and Education. And yeah, I would assume, I don't know, when I thought of demographic, I wasn't thinking in terms of age range, I was thinking more of just community. So, when I'm thinking editorial, I'm thinking community pieces. That, I'm thinking Fernando's poem would be great in a newsletter. So stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, would that also be, before we close, would that be something that I would have to go to the whole board about, the whole?
I would say.
No, what we do is you go to the chair of the board and they say you're interested in doing this. And then you get sanctioned.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And there wouldn't be any reason not to do this, at retrospect.
All right. So is there any other new business? No. All right. Please call the roll.
All right. Fernando Alvarez. Present. David Giordano.
Present. Till the roll is called.
John Green. John, we're doing roll call right now. Let's go back to you. Kara Jerez Austin.
Present.
James Kemp.
Present.
Malik McCullough.
Present.
Thank you, Malik. Jennifer Meyer.
Present.
Jessica Morris.
Present.
Karen
I'm here.
Thank you, John. Got you. Tanya Phelps.
Present.
Asha Rodriguez.
Present.
Isaac Scott. Russell Schuler. So is absent. And that's it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, so the meeting is adjourned at 7:55 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
You're
I'm at home.
Yeah, I need to get